Hey you're watching a clip from the DynamiteGizmo podcast. This is not the full episode, but if you want to see the full episode, make sure to click the link in the description. And remember, like, comment, subscribe. Do it now. Here's the clip. But when we look at Sean O'Malley, initially I thought, and we'll get into later why this thought will change, but initially I thought he cannot be on the White House card. Let me explain. As crazy as it sounds, he actually cannot be on the White House card. And the reason this matters is because on paper there is a fight that makes perfect sense for him. I would absolutely want O'Malley on this card against Petr Yan. It checks every box. He's one of the biggest stars in the sport. He's American, and he's still very much in title contention, whether you like it or not. He just picked up a win over Yadong, which keeps him keeps him sitting at the number 3 position and firmly in that title picture. But here's where things start falling apart. Corey Sandhagen has already hinted that he will be fighting Zahabi. Now again, it's just a hint. Nothing is guaranteed here, but we will.
Is there one or not?
Hey. We will get into something here. Okay? We'll get into more about Corey Sandhagen at the end of the episode, but I just want to show you what we got going on here. All right?
Freaking 20 years later.
Yeah. So for you, you say you want to get one in relatively soon. Is there a month in mind? Is there a time frame in mind?
I'm just waiting for them to tell me. I'm squirmy because I can't say too much, but hopefully we'll have a date pretty soon.
There's something. There's something in the works, you say?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I wouldn't be sitting on the bench since October without anything in the works. So.
And there's an opponent?
Huh?
Is there an opponent as well? I won't beat it out of you. I won't beat it out of you, but I'm just saying if there is one. Is there one or not?
Yeah, we're talking about it.
That's going to be so awkward when you fight a guy who looks exactly like me, Amin Zahabi.
You cut out there, what?
Am I right? I totally guessed that. I'm just looking at the rankings here, and you can kind of figure it out.
Yeah, you're cutting out.
Yeah, all right. Wow, that's a good one. Wow. I just got really excited. This kind of...
Okay. Totally hinting at Zahabi right there in that clip. And that was like last week or the week before. I don't remember exactly when Ariel had him on. But anyway, that now prevents the number 4, 5, and 6th ranked fighters as potential matchups for O'Malley, assuming he's not fighting for a title. Because obviously Zahabi and Corey are out if that hint is true. And according to Merab, Dana told him directly that he is next in line for a title. However, that title fight will not be on the White House card because there will be no Russians on that card. I'm not saying that is the truth. I am saying that is what Merab said. And I have the clip here.
UFC-м ის არის რომ მე ვარ შემდეგი კამარზე.
They said there will be a trilogy between me and Jan. And they also told me, the UFC, that our fight will not happen on the White House on Trump's birthday in June because he is Russian, and that is impossible. Okay? That's straight from Merab's mouth. Not necessarily truth, but that's what he said. So here's the problem, okay? O'Malley cannot fight Jan for the title because he's Russian. He cannot fight Umar at number 2 because he's also Russian. And they are absolutely not going to have him fight Merab for the 3rd time. So that's it. Sean O'Malley is out. Who else can he fight? No one. He can't fight Corey, and he can't fight Zahabi. You can't go farther down that line. So who else is there? Like I said, we're gonna circle back to this at the end. That was my initial thought on Sunday. Anyway, so now I want to talk about this one here, the BMF fucking fight that I have on the White House card. All right? The BMF makes a lot of sense. We're going to talk about BSD. BSD, Benoit Saint-Denis, is now ranked number 6, which I'll double check. I actually should double check right now because I believe he's ranked number 6. Did I get that right? In the lightweight division? Oh, he's actually number 5. Okay, even better. He rose up to number 5. But assuming that holds by the time the White House gets here, it actually lines up perfectly for a BMF fight. Especially when you factor in the fact that he has a 100% finish rate across all 17 of his wins. That alone is a nice little cherry on top of the cake to allow him to fight for the baddest motherfucker title. So it would make a ton of sense to put him up against the winner of Holloway versus Oliveira for the BMF title. You could do Arman, technically, but that would be a massive step down for Arman, considering how close he is to a title shot at the number 1 spot. It makes far more sense to have BSD fight for the BMF title on the White House card. That adds another belt to the White House card, and it fits perfectly. Okay? Now we're going to move on to we got Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes. All right? As long as Harrison's neck is fully recovered by June, this fight absolutely belongs on the card, as it should. Nunes cannot fight anyone else and shouldn't fight anyone else. She was retired before this matchup even existed, and this is the only reason she's coming back. The big question is whether Harrison can recover in time. She stated 6 months she'll be back. And June is exactly 6 months from when she had the surgery. So who knows? Okay? Then what else do we got here? Gaethje versus Topuria. All right? Topuria is one of the biggest stars in the sport right now. No question about it. Massive hype, huge wins, undefeated record. He was supposed to open the year but couldn't. So it only makes sense to put him on this card. And if we're unifying the lightweight belt, it has to be against Gaethje because Gaethje has the interim title. That matchup works incredibly well, especially considering Gaethje is an American, which fits the theme of the card exactly. All right? And then we've got Jones versus Pereira for the vacant heavyweight title. Crazy, right? I've been hearing rumors for a long time now that the UFC is going to strip Aspinall of the heavyweight title post-eye injury. Dana already seems pissed at Tom Aspinall. And at the same time, Pereira just keeps getting bigger and bigger and keeps talking about moving up to heavyweight. It's no secret. I'm also hearing rumors that Yuri versus Olberg for the vacant title at UFC 327 is going to be happening, which we'll get into later at the end of the episode as well. So if that happens, it would mean Pereira vacates the light heavyweight title, moves up. And if Pereira wins at heavyweight, that would be the first time ever someone has claimed 3 titles in 3 different weight classes. Ever. That is a massive opportunity for the UFC, and it absolutely needs to happen on the White House. Now, I know Dana has said he doesn't want Jon Jones because he's too unreliable. But this would be the one scenario where Jones actually is reliable. Jones never wanted Aspinall. Jones wants Pereira. And Jones has always wanted the White House card. So Jones needs to come back for this. And once again, he's American, so it fits in. This is a massive fight. Should it be the co-main? It's definitely main event worthy, but we still have this other problem. Okay? And before we go on to the main event that I chose, I just want to say we're going to talk more about Jon Jones at the end of this episode. Okay? So then finally, I placed McGregor versus blank fighter for the White House belt. Why am I doing this? Why am I making these crazy decisions? Well, McGregor is currently in training camp. Dana has said that McGregor is definitely in the running, which I have a clip here of him admitting that exactly. Let's take a listen. Whoops.
Oh, yeah.
And then Monday, we're all in on the White House fight. We don't have anything laid out. We're not, nothing. It'll all start Monday.
Okay. All right.
And no disrespect to Chandler. We love Chandler. Chandler's one of the, you don't have enough time in your show for me to talk to you about how awesome Chandler is. And you know how I feel about Conor and everything that he's done for the sport and this company. But yeah, that's not the fight we're going with.
Go ahead, AJ.
Dana, I mean, I know you're saying that's not the fight, but is there anything, I know Conor's been publicly asking for this, he wants to be on the card. Is there anything that you're looking for him to do to prove that he's responsible and he can be the guy to headline that card?
Conor and I have a great relationship. You know, we talk a lot, you know, through text. And yeah, he's definitely in the running for this fight.
He's definitely in the running, Dana says. Okay? But Dana has also said he doesn't want him against Michael Chandler, as we saw slightly in the beginning of that clip, which is weird because that's the only fight that really makes sense to me for now. And if you're going to have McGregor on the White House card, logic says he would be ahead of Jones versus Pereira. So I stuck him in the main event. But the question is, who does he fight? When he was originally booked to fight Chandler at UFC 303, that was scheduled at welterweight. Conor is way bigger physically now. I can't see him fighting at lightweight ever again, but we'll get into that later. And when he originally spoke to Chandler about that fight, he even mentioned wanting to fight at middleweight. Do you remember that iconic clip? Which I have also here to show you.
If I told you what weight it's going to be, 185.
You want to do 185? I'll do 185.
You'll do what you're told. I'm going to pin you. This is my game. This is my game forever.
All right. You'll do what you're told. So when I look at the welterweight and middleweight rankings, it becomes impossible to pick. It could be anyone. I'm going to have to sneeze. I apologize. Wow. He's been out for so long that there's no real clean answer. Chandler still makes the most sense. They were opposing coaches on The Ultimate Fighter. They've been scheduled multiple times. Chandler is an All-American wrestler and has been winning at RAF. But here's the issue, and it's a big issue. Chandler is 2-5 in the UFC. Putting him on a White House main event just doesn't feel deserving. And that's why I genuinely believe they are going to create a White House belt for the main event. I'm going to sneeze again. Nope. I feel it, dude. I fucking feel it. Ooh. Go away, sneeze. Oh, I gotta blow my nose or something. A little DC dirty cock. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. I'll be right back. I got phlegm in my fucking throat, dude. And that's why I genuinely believe they are going to create a White House belt for the main event. That way, they can justify putting Conor there and still have another belt on there and bring more attention, because they want like 6 to 9 belts or whatever, So if we have the BMF and this made-up White House belt, you could fill in the other 3 slots with something with the other ones that I said. So you can have at least 5 belts on the line. Conor is too big of a draw to not make it special. Like, what are you going to do? Put him in the main event for nothing? You got to do something. So if Conor comes back, who knows who it's going to be against, which we'll talk about later, but he needs to come back. Is it guaranteed? Probably not. Okay? Now, let's just quickly look at the rest of these, okay? So because I still think Chandler should be on the card, I threw him up against Salkild. Salkild is an up-and-coming fucking lightweight prospect. Throw him against Chandler. But still make Chandler the feature prelims. That kind of satisfies everybody. Gary Morales, #1 title contender fight for the welterweight division. Again, we predicted Zahabi and Sandhagen were supposed to fight. So why not throw them on here? Okay, we already talked about the Covington versus Nickel fucking beef that they have. Covington is ranked 13 or something. He shouldn't be ranked at all. Bo isn't ranked yet. But I guess Covington's ranked at welterweight. But anyway, he wants to move up to middleweight anyway, so why not fight Bo Nickel? Okay, Stevenson has to make a debut at some point. Why not do it on the White House card against Derek Lewis, who is one of Trump's 3 favorite fighters, Bo Nickel, Derek Lewis, and some would argue Covington. Okay. Then we got Sean Brady and Buckley. This will give Buckley an opportunity to get up in the rankings, fight against Sean Brady. Hey, Oliver, stop that. Stop it. Okay, Gutier needs to get ranked. Okay, and he's a huge rising prospect, so put him up against Rodriguez. Allow him to get ranked on the early prelims. Okay, again, Talbot and Wellmaker, both uprising prospects, bantamweight division. They're fucking, everybody wants to see these two fight. Why not put them on the White House card? Bada boom, bada bing. Quick and slappy. That's the way I like it. Now, again, this is going to change as we go through, get closer to the event itself.
Tap here to watch the full episode of the Dynamite Gizmo podcast.